Alrighty. How's it going, everybody? Hope y'all are doing well. You notice that if you probably weren't here since I started the stream and I immediately muted, but I was eating pizza and I could hear myself, so I was like, oh shoot, let me mute real quick. Which, granted, I probably should have muted from the start or just waited to start the stream later. But the thing is, I want to get as much time in for this stream as I can, because I don't know how long it's gonna be. I just want it to be I want there to be ample enough time to, do whatever I want to do. If that makes any sense. I know I'm rambling at this point, but basically, it won't be a 9-hour or a 7-hour stream. Nothing like that. Unless if I'm just completely locked, but that's a whole different story. But point is, I hope y'all are doing well. Saturday stream like usual. It seems like Saturdays are the only days where I can fully dedicate myself to a stream if I'm not working on a video, which luckily, for some of you who may have seen, I did finish the video. I finished a silent voice video that I was working on for the past week and a half, around there. I got it done a lot faster than I thought I would, so all I'm gonna do is just give it some quick tweaks. I already have it uploaded, so all I have to do is just wait for tomorrow, but what's it called? I'm still gonna look it over one more time and then see what's good. But yeah, I hope you're all excited for it. It's nowhere near as long as the Made in Abyss one or the other ones, the 30-minute plus ones. So, I don't know whether you all prefer that or not, actually. It's just more the time for the video is predicated on how long I need to spend talking about it. And with that one, with this video, it was only 10 minutes, so it's not too long. But I've gotten better as a YouTuber to where I can make these videos in like a week and have and be confident in the quality of the video to where it still matches the video. Like a video it would take me like a month to make, because each section takes about like a week and a half at most. 2 weeks if it's a really big section, but that's never happened yet, so I don't know. But yeah, I mean, hope you're all excited for that. But I am still eating, so pardon me if I go quiet for a bit. I haven't eaten much all day, so trying to re-up. But I did want to stream, so I couldn't wait. I don't. I gotta take better care of myself in terms of eating, not because I don't eat, but because I I don't make time to eat. When I'm hungry, I'm really hungry, and so that's when it's like, all right, I pushed it too far. But if I can go without eating for like a little bit, then I will. But today wasn't one of those days. I was starving, and it's Saturday, so I thought, why not get some pizza, right? Why not indulge a little bit? But it's not a common thing because I'm I'm broke. Like I don't really got money like that, so. Well, like a celebration for finishing the video and for being able to play Ace Attorney, right? But yeah. Let me see. I've been rambling this whole time. Like I'm not streaming. See if there's anybody watching or commenting. Excuse me. All right, good. Nobody's commenting. Good. Because people be frying me. People be frying me in the chat talking about, yo, why you never reach out, bro? It's like, I'm sorry. I'm locked into the game. Oh my goodness. But yeah, no, so let me try to get some progress at least. When I awoke the following morning, the sun was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I will remember for the rest of my days. The 17th of April, 9:32 a.m. The Old Bailey, Defendant's Antechamber. Alright, Gina. Give me 1 second. I'll attend to you in a second. All right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't know how Twitch streamers, or just streamers in general, can eat with their mic on. It just feels like so. Like when I'm eating in front of people, it's, you know, it's fine. Like I can't mute in real life because I just go quiet, right? But even then, like, it just feels wrong talking while eating, while streaming. It just feels wrong. Anyway, I gotta get my voices right. Okay. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. Let's see. Her voice and Gregson's voice, I take a little pride in. They're not great, but they're definitely better than what I usually do. Anyway. So, who's your friend then? Sorry. You know, her in the fancy dress. Suzuta, or however you say it. I don't know. Ah, Miss Suzuta. She had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are you? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Miss Suzuto and I won't meet again. One day. Even so. But you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. I have no idea who that is. Good morning, you two. Yeah, it was Iris and Waka High. Not Waka High. Oh, I forgot how cute this game is. Alright, nobody joined, thank God. How are you feeling, Genie? Did you manage to get sleep? Oh, Waka High. Iris? What are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Oh, Waggy? Great way to show your support, kitty. Let, let him have a nose around. What I'm gonna do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Runo? Genie? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes? That question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning, and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? The bad news was a weather report? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover, and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only our good news canceled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick purse plunder. See? Wow, what a alliteration, huh? How'd you like that? We'll let them say what they want. See if I can. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Runa will show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will. And then, in tomorrow's paper, the headlines will be Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Runa? Yes. Let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? It was like she was still here. Today's paper has been entered into the court record. Wonder why, of all things. Hair color grey, family black. My phone might die during this stream, which I do not want to happen. So I will leave the stream for now and just play the game. Court record. Alright. Oh, excuse me. This morning's paper, purchased by Iris. Gina's case features prominently. Oh, look at that, they got it. They got Oh, I love these games because they're just so blatantly like this is the same thumbnail I used for the like the first stream for Case 5. That's just his JPEG, like that's actually just him. It's not new art. That's so funny to me. There you go. Pawnbroker perishes in pig purse plunder. How awful. For Genie, I mean. But tomorrow's headline will be Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder, right? Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger. Bigger? How? Proud pickpocket protects planet post-trial. Perhaps? Protects planet? Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. It's gonna be so great. There you go. There's a sensational story lower down on the front page as well. Look. Ministry Mole? Classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice? For a 10-year-old. Iris certainly has her finger on the pulse of the world news. It's about secret communications between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently they've been intercepted by hostile nations. Communications are being intercepted? But how would somebody be doing that? That's the question, isn't it? I come up with 3 different possible methods so far. Are you looking for a new career, Bruno? No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday. Yes, it could be. And it could explain why he has Gregsy running from pillar to post at the moment. The details of today's paper have been updated in the court record. This morning's paper, which contains an article about government secrets being leaked to foreign agencies. I think that's everything, yeah. Can't tell who's on the front. This is new, but this is new art. I gotta move this plate because it's gonna fall. Pawnbroker perishes in pig purse plunder. That's so funny. Good luck then, Ringo. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But thank you, Iris. It's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Jeannie? Well, I was wondering, is all about Shums. Did they fix him up alright? Yes, the operation was a great success. But Harley still hasn't come around yet. I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard. Oh, really sorry. To send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there's news. Oh, right. No Suzuto-san and no Mr. Shums. It's all down to me today. To prevent Gina is innocent of this crime, which I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm gonna make a video on this game when I finish it. But the escalation of, like the progress Runo makes. I called him Runo. Naruhodo. Sorry. Like, it's so cool because trial 1 is you being the not victim but the accused, and having Asogi basically be your guide. Like, hey, like, you're gonna defend yourself, but I'm here to help you out. And like, there's a noticeable difference compared to like him and Suzuto. Not saying like there's a skill difference, but like Asogi was an attorney. Like, he actually was an attorney. Suzuto is a legal assistant. She knows the law, and she knows like persuasion, or she's not persuasion, but like she has intuition to tell like, all right, something's not right here. But Asogi is the persuasive like mastermind. Like, he knows the law, not to her extent, but he is the attorney. Like, he's really good at his job. And then you go to case 2, we see Suzuto in action, and in this case we see the investigation portion, while the first case was the trial. And we meet Holmes here, and he introduces us to deductive reasoning as well, introducing us to the mechanics. And no trial section here, but overall it was meant to show the other aspect of the gameplay here. And sorry. Case 3 is also meant to show gameplay, but in a different sense, where we're going back to the trial, and we're in England as well. We're in Britain now, but also it's meant to show how the trials work for England, because the Japanese trials were the most like, they are Ace Attorney trials. They're the most normal. Meanwhile, the British trials are definitely different, like, for sure different. No investigation here, but overall, like, Suzuto and Naruhodo, this is them getting their feet wet. Like, they're in a new country, they're learning the legal system, and they're doing okay. They're not doing great, they're doing okay. The 4th trial is when you're putting it all together. It's like, okay, we have the investigation, we have the trial, we have all the mechanics so far, and we use all of them. We use every single bit of them. And it makes case 4 a long case, but by extension, it also shows like the mastery that we gain from oh, well, I guess he was done streaming. But yeah, it shows the mastery of these gameplay loops. And so case 5 is like, all right, here's your test. Can you do it without Suzuto, without Asogi, without Holmes or Sholmes? You have Iris, and you're defending Gina against, of course, who you can expect. I won't say who, but you can expect who it is. Anyways, yeah, rambling aside, I just wanted to talk about that because it's so cool to me. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's time then. Yes, let's go. Gina, Iris. Lead the way, Bruno. So excited. So excited. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. She is only a 17-year-old girl. Like, this is scary stuff. Have to believe in her from the start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here. Excuse me. If I learn anything from my great friend, it's that. Asogi! 17th April, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial should determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Lord Van Zeeks, my lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly, and here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Yet today you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. There are two types of person I can't abide. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. He means Mr. McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months. Damn, that really was 2 months ago. Matter of fact, that might be 2 months ago in real life. Like, let me see. What was the last? Yeah, it was. That was 2 months ago, almost to the day. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's been 2 months ago, yeah. Never mind. Because the trial ended yesterday, 2 months ago. And I started case 3 December 13th, so it's already been 2 months. Never mind, yeah. But yeah, no, 2 months ago. That's crazy, thinking about it. I was working on that Made in Abyss video for Made in Abyss and Steins Gate for so long that, that it took me 2 months to actually catch up to the game. And they're in April now. We're in March starting tomorrow, but that's, you know, it's who needs synchronicity? Alright. Yes, just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I know what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to affect. Never heard effect used like that before. Those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confident stricter. The confidence tricksters. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese. What? Did he really just say that? That's just racist, man. What's wrong with you? He means you now, Runa. I actually managed to work that out, too. Thank you, Iris. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zeek's eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Or was he talking about all Japanese people? An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zeeks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by all London malefactors. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? If you remember, 5 of these people we've seen before. We have, of course, I forgot old dude's name, but the Captain Price looking dude. We have the maid from case 4, if I remember correctly. No, case 3. Old man from case 3, lady from case 3, and dude from case 2. But like the actual guy, the revolutionary that people confused old Nicolina for. What was this? What did old dude send me? You know, while I was eating, I saw that Jason Statham has what was it? He has an Australian accent, if I got it right. Which I never knew that. I never watched any of his movies, so I couldn't tell you, but I didn't know that. So it's pretty cool. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you? Oh, goodness. Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt or innocence of the defendant? Former lieutenant in the British Army here. Don't you know? Chaps like me were born ready. Clean cock. Wow, excuse me. Don't forgive me for saying that. It was completely by accident. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lord's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything. And I'm ready for it. I do understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. But could I have? Woman indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Is something wrong with her? Iris is so short. Oh my gosh. She's so adorable. It's something about like what's it gonna sound crazy? This is not what I mean by it in any sense of the word. But like girls in media, like younger girls, are so adorable. And I can't help but just like, it warms my heart so much. Like, in A Silent Voice, Maria or Erica from Berserk, or Iris from this, or Marie from Skullgirls, like, seeing them is just, I want to pinch their cheeks, man. They're so cute. Like, they're so adorable. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just had to get that out there because, like, just look at her, man. She's so adorable. Oh man, is something wrong, Runa? Oh, not exactly. It's just most of these guys are reused. I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Most all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that happen. do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know? And out of 6 million, we somehow managed to get 5 of them that we recognize. So I've been led to believe. Something tells me I've been duped. It's almost like we have a budget. Very well. Now, Lord Van Zeeks, the court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. The victim, Mr. Papa Windibank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. In full color, in HD. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. And Jane got early. As the court will... yep, I already said that. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in a near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say. Oh. The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. The autopsy report has been entered into the court record. A report prepared by the Scotland Yard coroner that confirms instant death due to a single bullet throat. Oh goodness, excuse me. Due to a single bullet wound from the back, there are no signs of trauma. The crime scene photograph has been entered into the court record. A photograph of the victim found murdered in the storeroom. It shows a single bullet wound in a man's back. I now ask the court to turn its attention to the plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in a storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him. A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop that was found locked. In the sealed chamber, there are only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windibank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullets. Well, that's that. Well, that's that then, isn't it? Isn't that good little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of the filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, listen, it was only a matter of time before she got blood in her hands then. But with the judges waiting... Okay, thank you. I just love being interrupted while I'm trying to read. Anyways, okay. Well then, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that good little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood in her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as hell. Objection. Solitaire. We can't jump to conclusions here. You must assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. My learned Nibanese friend. You can see the The ellipses between friend, even he's hesitating now to even say that. Even though it's usually sarcastic, even now he's like, there's some venom in it. Well, not some, there's a lot of venom in it. It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature would be exposed. A pitiful pick purse, or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. The court will take the floor pen and firearm into evidence. Have it to the bailiff, please, Lord Vanseeks. It's so funny just thinking about it. I don't think Edgeworth has ever won a case against Phoenix Wright. Like, ever. Like, it's so funny. That's once, my lord. The crime scene floor plan has been entered into the court record. A plan of Winterbeck's pawnbrokery, wow. The scene of the crime. It shows the relative positions of the main shop and the rear storeroom. Winterbeck's revolver has been entered into the court record. A gun belonging to the victim, Mr. Winterbeck, that Gina was holding when she was found unconscious. There are signs of a single discharge. This isn't good if we just started. It's always like this. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno. I think it's because it has. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Papa Winterbank on the 16th of April of this year. Oh, look at that. It's Inspector Gregson. Witnesses, state your names of occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is baddie, professional baddie. Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right. What they call the three Skulkin brothers. What are you looking at me like that for? Oh, don't lock me in with you lot. God blimey, that's cold. Don't you know what we're going through? It's all the bruv. Last count that we have, so we're sour in every shady corner of the capital. And last night we came across you, the very spirit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? He is, Nash, he is, the very spit of him. So we decided that there, excuse me, sorry, wow, it's just, the accents are a little hard to read, like, fast-paced. So we decided there then what we was gonna do, what we was gonna call you. An apple and a pear. Big bro, sulky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin. That's before he ran out of chips. Well then, Inspector Sulky Greg, you're dead for that. That's crazy. Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand. The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. These are they? These three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, wow, sorry, Getting all my forces mixed up. 2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, you mean to say? What an extraordinary coincidence! Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Order! Order! The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the near future. With your lordship's permission, I would like to remain in a stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. Sorry, just something that tickles me the wrong way about that. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin. You will now testify before the courts. Describe the events of the night in question and what you exactly saw. Happy to. Cause a skulkin's never skulkin'. Get out of it. Alright. Illegal entry. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gas door was ajar, see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, was. But once we got inside, called blimey lummy, we got a gunshot from the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, governor, we never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment that these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime is afoot. Oh, excuse me, sorry. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel? Yes. What's the matter, Ringo? Sorry, I just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in a stand. Now that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Illegal entry. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the gaff's door was ajar, see? And well, there you go. The front door of Winterbanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this? Must have been about 1, right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Sulky? How I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker? Leave me alone. There's definitely a small lamp burning inside, so alerted us to the situation in the first place. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade already had the muzzle of her gun trained at an unfortunate victim. That is pure conjecture. Ha, perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers are inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened. Goodness, I am so tired. It was like some kind of sign. Begging for us to go in, it was. What are you trying to suggest? That you had to go in? Well, God moves in mysterious ways, they say. Don't they, Ringo? They do, Nash, they do. It must have been some sort of providence, I reckon. God's will often presents itself as the whims of thieves, does it? It wasn't no whim, I'm dead sure of that. It weren't, Nash, it weren't. Like we said at the time. You just don't find doors open in the middle of the night like that. Nah, there's no two ways about it. It was a sign that a long-lost brother was inside. They're not very good liars, are they? Well, you can't deny it. It led us to a bloke it led us to a bloke what just looks like our brother. I said cut it out. Those chips are getting a chomping today. But once we got inside, called Blimey Lummy. We heard a gunshot from the back room. Oh wow, sorry. That was not what I meant to do. Hold it! Huh. A gunshot, you say? Just the one, are you sure about that? Yep, just the one, Governor. I can swear to that. It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv? The firearm used belonged to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Winterbank always used to leave his gun lying around the counter. Right, I remember. When we... Oh wow, what the heck was that? Okay, what the heck was that? When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Winterbank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. That's true. Remember him saying that as well. So we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. We want to see what was what the door was like from the inside. Didn't mean to do that, but oh well. What do you think about this pair, Ringo? I think they're lying to their teeth, that's what I think. I'm gonna prove it. Oh, the end of her hair. It's a heart. It's adorable. What is it, right? Iris? Well, I'm not really sure. There's just something a bit funny about that prosecutor over there. Wait, could this testimony be some sort of trap? I got this. Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the streets, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom. Of course, there was only a little oil lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all. That's right, that's what he had in the sauce. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open the door? Any normal petty thief would run the sound of the gunshot, I should think. Oh well, you turned the rabbit, Ringo. Well, Nash, yeah. I suppose you'd have to say we ain't normal, eh? Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or a scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, or the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are the latter incarnation. My learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night. Thank you, counsels. So I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything? Is that your story? Well, it was Batlam Sunas, weren't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me Lucy lockets. So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you left. Nice and quietly, you say? That's right, Governor. Nothing we ain't more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not budgers. Not bludgers, there you go. We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out of me Lucy lockets. So you clearly like us to believe. Come again. As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person? Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say? Bribe me, Governor. You ain't telling us. It was you in the doorway. It was. Why the bleeding Nora? Did you mention that before? You were armed with a gun. And as you fled the scene, you fired that gun at the London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot the great Sholmes? I did hear that actually. There were a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital. The great Sholmes, that's beyond the pale. On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when we searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed. Reminiscent of powder around the muzzle, as you say, counsel. The court to hold this weapon as evidence. This Koken brother's gun has been entered into the court record. Now, my learned Nipponese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are the telltale signs of the spent powder on his gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in his trial. Well, I don't need evidence because I was there. However, the rest of us in its courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Windibanks that night. The court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. What evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in pawnbroker's shop that night? I gotta save because I don't want to have to redo any of this. So, there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of these revolvers, 6 cylinders. Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet that hit Hurley, in fact, isn't it? Yes. Happened almost as soon as we'd walked in through Windibank's door. There you go. Okay. I'll make those brothers pay. That was tough. That was tough. I can't lie. That was tough. Wow. Okay. So. This is Mr. Windibank's gun. The cylinder is completely empty. Mr. Windibank always used to keep his gun to keep this gun in hand on his shop counter. Yes, but only ever with a single bullet loaded, I understand. That's right, to keep all the pawn articles that were in his care safe. There's one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe. See the name of that corner? Remember it. Remember it. Alright. Details of the victim. Name, Pop Windebank, male. Occupation, pawnbroker on Baker Street. Time of death, 16th of April, 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Reporting party, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Post-mortem findings, single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back, can't talk. No other visible signs of trauma. Autopsy findings, instant death from a posterior anterior bullet wound to the heart. Postero anterior. Excuse me. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal angle. Trajectory. I can't talk today. Wow. Goodness gracious. Oh. Well, my assumption would be that it was this. Guess we'll find out.
Take that!
Okay, let's see if I'm right. The evidence is in his portfolio. What on earth have you there, Counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. I'm not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples you found and recorded the results in his portfolio. You claim to have the evidence the court is demanding therein. Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? Has to be this one then.
Take that!
What is that? Explain! It's a photographic print taken at Windebank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident. From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet's hole? If my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there. Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windebank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th. That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes there's credible evidence that the witnesses did fire. This is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun into pawnbrokers that night. They're so short. Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zieks? If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? Will you forgive me for flinging my hollow chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes? Yeah. Oh, come on, Mom. You don't gotta yell. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And the likes of the bold bodies they claim to be opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. What? Take it easy there, governor. You're gonna land us in the soup. We had a deal. We were gonna get into them details. Tell him sulky, set the block straight. I have nothing odd. So he knew, did he? Van Six knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Niburnese friend a word of gratitude. What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. What fact do you refer, Lord Van Zieks? As has been established at this point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot is found in Mr. Sholmes, found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and the victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windibank at all. So that's it. That's it. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon. Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and let us not forget attempted murder. Quite a catalog, eh, fellas? Quite a catalog, eh, fellas? Well, we're in for it now, bruv. Now then, let us take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It was seen the man patronized the pawnbrokers and questioned somewhat regularly. Is he going with this? Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery. Eccentric? Says who? Not me. Don't give me that look. He installed a pair of machines like this one in the victim's shop. Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders. What is that, Counsel? That's the appear of a photographic contraption. As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device. Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea being that the thief would break... The idea that if a thief... I just can't read today, wow. The idea being that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed. The prosecution has obtained the photographs taken by the device on the night in question. Pele Larson. As the court will observe, the copious identical prints are produced in a desultory fashion. Rather prodigal, I feel. In fact, there are 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord. If I may refer the court to the plan of the premises, the respective positions are here and here. You say these cameras produce a print every half an hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted his activities in one of the many 30-minute intervals. One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were caught on camera. It's only been like an hour and a half. Yeah, almost an hour and a half. On the night in question, the witnesses currently in the stand were not caught on camera. Now that's a bit of a fire truck. Huh? Okay, I guess it's just meant to be saying it like that. Now that's a bit of a fryer truck, eh, bro? Lady Luck loves a skulkin'. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? Must have been just after 1, right, bruv? Must have been Nash, must have been. Yeah, just gone 1. In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within a shop? Let us examine the evidence. Good lord. It's the defendant. Miss Gina Lestrade. As the courts can clearly see, the accused is pictured, gun in hand, facing the victim over the countertop. No doubt coercing the proprietor to open a door to his storeroom. Excuse me. Quite. One can only too easily imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence. If you please, counsel. The photograph of Gina has been entered into the court record. A photograph taken automatically by the red-handed recorder showing the scene of a short time before the murder took place. Gina. I don't believe it. Genie. In short, the accused is the only person who could have possibly killed Mr. Woodbank. I say, my lord. There you go. Oh boy. Wonder if I'm not putting a word at this point. Go ahead, Foreman. Go ahead, Foreman. Took a body bullet to the knee in the Battle of Maiwand. Maiwand? What the heck? 1880, don't you know? Decorated for it and all that, but forced to retire from service, sadly. Of course, the metal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman. And what exactly is your point? Carried on the battlefield after retirement, you see. The battle of daily life, if you like. Here I am now leading a small squadron. 6 men, all good and true. Well, yeah, 6 men, sure. We'll just say it's indiscriminate. We all go down together, you mark my words. One for all for one. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached their agreement, have they? Is that what we are to understand? Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? In a manner of speaking, yes. Is the Garrett Up Squadron's position, sir? What? No. Where is history? It's too soon to make a judgment here. Support for the court men on the double. His lordship insists on promptitude at all times, and that goes for making decisions too. There's a picture of her in I don't know if it was it was in the little thing, the stereoscope. Her picture was there. I think you'll find the truth is clear as day now. I could reach out and touch it. I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. No, honestly, I can actually remember. Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now, undeniable. Stop. I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky. Very well. I now call upon each member of the jury to state his or her leading in the matter, and as to consider its verdicts to the court.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
It does indeed appear that the jury is unanimous in its leading already. That photograph must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Jeannie didn't shoot him. No, of course not. My lord, the defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination. Very well. The court grants permission. So, you refuse to meet defeat again. How unsurprising. We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, are all members of the jury ready? Absolutely, sir. Always ready for action, my chops. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. The jury's contentions. Goodness. Okay. Let me get some water real quick. 1 second. Alrighty. Thank you to the person in chat who said I'm doing the accents well. I appreciate that because it's really hard, I can't lie. Because like an English accent isn't limited to just one English accent. There's so many of them and it's insane. And I will give credit to the game. They make sure to use every single one. Magnus McGilded, Sholmes, Gregson, Gina. Like all these people do not have the same accent. Alright. Let's continue. Always love doing Garrett Ebb's voice. It's so much fun. All the evidence clearly points to the finger of the points. Wow, excuse me. I can do the accent, but I can't talk. All the evidence clearly points the fingers of guilt at this young pickpocketee or pickpocketee. Let me look that up before I continue. It's gonna bother me. And how did Mr. Garrett say it? Funny. Okay, whatever. I guess I will find out. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out. If I have left it in there, I should think there'll be repercussions by now. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict to follow. Stop. In Motherland, we say never judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent. Circumstances of the crime and the evidence do indeed implicate the defendant rather comprehensively. A storeroom, the locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone. And in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing of which was heard by these witnesses. Not to mention this print. Water. Delicious. Taken from a chap who's seen action on the battlefield. That young girl's on the verge of pulling the body trigger. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes. Oh dear. Heard these cameras were supposed to help, not hinder. I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you. But you didn't shoot Mr. Winterbank. Which means there's more to the situation that we've yet to see. Agreed. You have the floor, Counsel. Proceed with the summation examination. The defense's rebuttal. Alright, all evidence clearly points to the finger of guilt at this young pickpocketer.
Hold it!
You're Mr. Natsumi's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? You really must stop meeting like this. Oh, you're that lawyer. Oh, you're that lawyer chap. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather a turbulent time we had back then. Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? No, you sent his wife to jail. I mean, obviously. Wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your leading to not guilty or anything. Can't be denied, I suppose. The curse of the Garrett house was the talk of the town after that business. Lodgers moved out, and I couldn't get a bally soul to take up the tendencies. Oh. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet, but enough to go. Oh no, yeah, look at that. I was right. Oh my goodness. They got her in the clap, bro. Oh my goodness, they got her locked up in the clap. Haven't had the heart to break the news to Joni yet, but enough that the old girls clapped up. Yes, can't be denied you did do rather a lot, but not for us, that's for Dash Sutton. I suppose not. Of course. There could be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously. There you go. Honestly, considering Mr. Garrett, I don't think he is, like, genuinely. Well, granted, I know he's not, but like. There you go. Mr. Garrett is a pretty straightforward guy. He wouldn't be not guilty or guilty just because Naruhodo's in the stand. He's not that petty. Obviously, but honestly, really wish you'd pay more attention to the trial and less to juror number 2. As a housemaid, I should like to see all filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. Polishing the bench, I see. Again. A maid's work is never done. Not a blemish must remain. What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores? On my way to the market for his lordship, I have to pass through East End. The place is full of beggars, pick-pursers, and crossmen, the scum of the earth. A little harsh, perhaps, but maybe plain. If it were up to me, all those back slums would be made spick and span or eradicated. At least we have people like the great detective working to achieve those important goals. You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes, huh? That's right. I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine in between my duties. He does wonders, cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital. Mr. Sholmes. A maid. It's really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective. Minor detail is the two brothers in the stands who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant. A minor detail indeed. They are all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned. Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway. Yes. Alright. I shall amend my statement. Those brothers are the scum of the earth. They should swing for shooting the great detective.
Hold it!
I agree with you. Shooting at Mr. Sholmes was an unforgivable act. But the purpose of this trial is to determine who shot the pawnbroker, Mr. Winterbank. I'm afraid you're splitting hairs, sir. Sorry. Whether it was the thieves or the pick purse, it was still gutter trash that shot the pawnbroker in the end. Filth that should be cleaned up and eradicated. Considered opinion. In my considered opinion. Thanks so much for sharing. Changing this maid's mind isn't going to be easy. Bruno, it's one of those two brothers that shot Hurley, wasn't it? Yes, without a question. Or without question. Well, I'll never forgive them. Oh, Iris. Perhaps we can use this maid's statement to help us somehow. Do you think? Yes, maybe. Listen carefully what each juror has to say first. I think you'll find that if you look at the photograph in stereo, the truth will just pop out.
Hold it!
I'm crazy! What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo? Sorry, what? Don't you know? Look at the photograph prints normally. This is still the pickpocket girl's about to shoot the victim, obviously.
Objection!
There's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun. What I'm saying is that if you look at the same print in stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information. By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscopes? Ooh, how did you know? Let's call it a lucky guess. It never gets old seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary. It's captivating. It's the height of modernity. Sure, man, whatever. Oh yes? I think you'll find the stereoscope is here to stay. Giving us new perspectives we could only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen. If only you could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. If I have left it in there, I think there should be repercussions by now.
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? Keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that. Imran Zakhaev. Oh, so sorry. As you can probably tell, I'm a surgeon. A surgeon? That totally passed me by. Of course, people conducting surgery in this country are considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are at the forefront of medical science. The real brains in the field. So, what is it that you think you've left behind? Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went in through the abdomen. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere. What? Did he? Surely not. Exactly. Surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what I've been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really. That's one way of putting it, yeah. The other is manslaughter. That's exactly my concern, seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up. I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, sure, I made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure. I'm sure you need to be more sure. Mind made up. Stop. Global radio transmission of verdict follows. Stop.
Hold it!
Sorry? Radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the far east? Stop. Yes, from the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nations needs to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete their journey. But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electronic signals. Oh, jeez, sorry. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds connecting to the entire world. Thousands of miles of cables on the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You are well informed, young lady. But cables will soon become a thing of the past. Stop. Just when I was starting to catch up. Radio transmission is a feature. Stop. Messages carried over airwaves to 4 corners of the globe. Stop. Excitement growing. Stop. Atmosphere. Atmosphere electric. Stop. Alright. Try not to wear out your fingers. Era of wireless telegraphy. Stop. Driving technological revolution. Stop. And people say inventions like the stereoscope are the height of technology. What utter piffle. I can't understand it. I really can't. They're just silly toys. Well, I beg your pardon.
Excuse me.
Juror number 3, sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What? Do you perhaps have something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Yeah, he's ready to uppull. Oh my goodness. Oh, you bet I do. Say that again. Go on, I dare you. Goodness, are you talking to me? I think you just might be, yes. You think stereoscopes are toys, do you? Huh? Absolutely, I mean, really? A machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions? Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease the man, of course. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know. Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm obviously going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene for example. If you had a pair of photographs from a crime scene that you could view through a stereoscope, it could reveal hidden clues you never noticed before. What? Do I? That is the question. Oh, look at that. Alright. Nash Skulkin, a witness to the incident who broke into window banks on the night of the murder with his brother and accomplice Ringo. He claims to be a professional baddie by trade. Same thing. Same thing. Sure. Have you got any, Bruno? Any prints we could look at with a stereoscope? How about this print here? Should do the trick, I think.
Take that!
Oh, excuse me. Alright, then juror number 3. I say you can do this with any 2 suitable photographic prints. Of course I can. Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'd be delighted to. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you.
Take that!
Wait, sorry? What do you mean one more print? Oh dear, oh dear. Don't you have those in the Far East? Don't you know how a stereoscope works? Bruno. What? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, remember? You know, one for the left eye and one for the right. Oh, yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the found broker is just a normal photograph. No. I think you'll find that the clue is in the name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2 prints. Thanks to the friendly explanation. Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then. Haha. I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Let's get things back on track, shall we, Counsel?
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not Villain Bolshevik. The Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary? Duh. I believe there is such a rumor. It's just a rumor. As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like a vicious criminal. Your words, not mine. Just want to point that out. People call me a revolutionary, murderer, autocrat. And which glove fits? Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Right, that doesn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts. To be treated like a vicious criminal all the time, it is very painful. People do not realize. So I have much sympathy for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look. The Skulkin brothers? Duh. Maybe they went inside pawnbroker's shop. But they have done nothing wrong. That is all I want to say. The Skulkin brothers did nothing wrong that night. Well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding I need to clear up straight away. Tell me something, Iris. What is it, Bruno? The jurors are chosen at random from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is it that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them, who looks for all the world like a revolutionary? I wish I knew. If I can't change the minds of more than half of these 6 jurors, the trial will be over. But we know that Jeannie would never shoot anyone. Yes, so we need to find the contradictions in what these jurors are saying and put them against each other. So we need to go to whatever lengths I have to convince some of Gina's innocence. See. Let me save before I do anything.
Objection!
Okay, I was right. Alright. These two statements clearly contradict each other. Good Lord, Counsel, explain yourself. I always do. I always do. Oh my. My statement contradictory? C-O-N. Jury number 6. You've got the wrong end of the stick. I do not have a stick. I have a mouse. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene on the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Holmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear. Abdomen. A-B-D. Sir? Sorry. My English is still learning. You are telling the court you didn't hear. Forgive me. I did not hear. Here is words. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. This is what you mean. You should say in plain English. I am Russian, not native speaker. Thought it was a good idea to let this man be on a jury again. So. I like that expression a lot. You're telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying. They said before, we've never done nothing. But the truth is, they shot detective. Da. This is double negative. Yes, that's exactly right. You know what a double... Oh, wow. You know what a double-decker is, but you don't know abdomen in English. It's funny how the world works, because that's believable. Like, that's fully believable. Lying is wrong. Especially when lying is said by a person who looks like a criminal. Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced. This means when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true? Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so... Enough. I trust no one now. Damn. It's not the mouse's fault though, sir. I must see with my own eyes. I must investigate crime scene myself. Yes it is, Ringo. Easily. Sorry? With the prints from Hurley's red-handed recorder. Ah. If you compare the print that pictures Gina and the next print from half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of a summation examination of all times. The print showing the accused threatening the victim after she broke into the shop is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused move into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot rung out. Sadly, none of those events were captured on film. It's the print produced by the camera half an hour after the brothers' flight. So this was taken after Hurley was shot then. As far as I can tell, nothing has been taken. It does seem to be the case. Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. Alright, sorry, Senda. look at something for a second. So, brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot man, but they stole nothing. It would seem so, yes. Good. No, not good. You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue with trial. Yay, well done, Ringo. The balance is shifting. Well, to start, I suppose. There must be more in what these jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. If I can do that, we might just turn the situation to our favor still. Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. A kindly hand a new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence. Oh, sorry. Just realized. The post-shooting photograph has been entered into the court record. We're almost full, look at that. Photograph taken automatically by the red-handed recorder showing the scene of the murder after the murder had taken place. Sure, whatever. And they're printing a court record. What if we can make use of that? In the neck of lies and many dead fish, we must find truth. Therefore I say not guilty verdict.
Hold it!
Can you really show up new clues though? Don't know unless you try.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this to any 2 suitable photographic prints? Of course I can. Very well. I would like you to demonstrate. Be delighted to. Let's give me one more print and I'll amaze you all.
Take that!
Alright, these 2 prints are both taken in the same camera in Windibanks on the night in question. Yes, I see. Tell me, Mr. Lawyer. Do you know how stereographic images work? Do you understand the principle? Well, I think so. Did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images need to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some objects. Then when your brain merges the 2 images together inside your head, it notices the shift as if it were death. Yes, exactly. The animations in this game are so good. It's a small shift between certain objects in the 2 pictures that's really important. So what happens if you use 2 photographs that are exactly the same then? No, obviously that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene 2-dimensionally anyway. Oh! Of course, now I see. I think the young girl has discovered a secret. I have! Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Have another look at these 2 pictures from Hurley's camera, Ringo. Go on. Can you see that there's really an obvious difference between the 2? Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. Well, yes, you can see that straight away, but now try looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, You have to cross your eyes and then try to make the two pictures overlap exactly. See, by crossing my eyes, I can make the quill pens from each picture overlap in the middle. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? I guess the game really expects me to do it. Okay. It's annoying because it's gonna make me dizzy, but whatever. Let me take my headset off so I can do this right. Yeah, no, I can't do it. It's giving me a headache. The game wants me to see something, but I can't see it, so it's gonna F a wee ball. What's going on with these two pictures? Some of these things in the counter sort of just jump out at you. There you go. I wish I had the machine, but yes, that's it. You see? I saw their amazing power stereoscopes. Oh, their amazing power. Is someone gonna explain this? Black magic, eh? Why the deuce is so many things in the counter seem to jump out at you like that, I think you'll find that if you consider the basic principle of stereoscope, you'll answer your own question. Basic principles of the stereoscope. As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all. It's a slight shift in the positions of certain objects lets you see pictures two-dimensionally. In other words, even though at first glance it seems the objects in the counter haven't moved at all between two pictures. Excuse me. It shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions. Yes, there must have been. Now hold fire there, sir. Got a reasonable grasp of this whole cross-out business now, I'd say. Why the devil does this shift between the two prints exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you cross-eyed monster. What, me? I haven't the first idea. You know, Ringo, it's quite simple. It is. Just think it through step by step. The first photograph was taken at 1 a.m. Then, 30 minutes later, the second photograph was taken. But the position of some of the items in the counter appears to have shifted slightly in the interim. So that means there's some time in the half hour anyway. Someone must have tampered with the things on the counter. Suckers! Okay, well, alright, whatever. Someone tampered? No information. Stop. Not mentioning a testimony so far. Stop. Yes. Better go around in circles a little here, it seems. But I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in a summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is now clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom? Are you suggesting you might know? Of course. I can tell you right now who's responsible for the imperceptible shift in the items on the counter.
Take that!
Well, I had to give it a shot. But no, seems like I was wrong.
Take that!
There you go. Yeah, the witness is currently in a stand. The Skulkin brothers. So you could pick anyone. Alright. Wait. This does not agree with what the brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to pull dukes from Lucy lockets. My phrase book says dukes means hands, and Lucy lockets means pockets. But this is another lie. Is this what you are saying? Yes, I'm afraid so. Now hold on there a minute, you can't be so sure of that. I quite agree. The accused is a common pick person after all. It's perfectly possible that she went through the things on the desk to see what she might steal. I think that's unlikely. And why exactly? As you can see from here, the photographic print. This photographic print, the defendant was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend. Wow, okay. It would seem my learned friend indicated, as my learned friend indicated, she was coercing Mr. Winterbank to open his storeroom door. In other words, Mr. Strahd interests lay within the storeroom, not the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers have omitted key facts in their testimony. The accused is a pick purse, common gutter trash. Why look any further for the wrongdoer here? Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madam. No better, in fact worse, than a pick purse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defendant on the grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves? Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from the shady pair. His hands are dead. Don't touch me, I'm sterile. Can you all see now? I think you'll find terroscopes aren't playthings. You see an extraordinary potential firsthand. Wholeheartedly agree. Stop. Must purchase after trial. Stop. Or return home via Regent Street. Stop. Well, it would seem this trial has yet to run its course. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclinations via the mighty scales of justice. I hereby call the submission examination to conclusion with the balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean to guilty, 4 lean to not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is of its consensus, and I order the trial to continue. Yay, well done! Oh, by the way, what? You should hold on to this, Ringo. You never know when it might come in useful. Twice in one trial would be unusual, surely, but alright. Stereoscope hasn't entered into the core record. A fold-up device that allows anybody to enjoy things in 3 dimensions, simply by looking through the eyepieces. Lord Van Zeeks. You will instruct the witnesses that the court demands additional testimony from them. I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord. I'll allow myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven that Gina is innocent. Thank goodness. Okay, because that was long. not like long as the other ones, but like that was a little long for me. I'm not gonna lie. I have to take a break. I have to stop for the night. There you go. But yeah, we're in it. Like, we're officially in it. This game will end in most likely in like 2 streams. 2 to 3 streams, depending on how much I play. But yeah. We're here. We ball. We ball. No questions asked. I'm really excited to continue. But for now, I am tired. I will most likely not go to bed immediately, but I am definitely feeling Sandman calling me right now, so. Yeah, give you guys almost a 2.5 hour stream. So, hope you enjoyed it. The reality is probably like 2 hours and 10 minutes because of me being gone for a while, but we ball. We ball. But yeah. Until then, I'll see you on the next one. I can't finish this game just yet. I'm gonna take it slow, try to pace it out, but I can't finish this game just yet because I have another video in the works that isn't gonna be like long, but it's definitely gonna be like probably longer than a video I just made. So be prepared for that. But point is, I have another one in the works that I have to get out soon. So before I can make a video on this game, I gotta make a video on that. So until then, see you on the next one. Hope you have a good rest of your night. You know, hope you enjoy your Saturday evening or night, I guess, in general. Yeah, until then, I'll try.